Good evening, everybody. We are going to be looking at special angles formed by parallel lines. When you have parallel lines, they're kind of boring because they don't do anything but intersect. So we're going to cut them with a line called the transversal. And we're going to be looking at the names of the lines or the angles that are formed. So for example, corresponding angles. If I'm given this angle, and I'm going to call it angle 1 is above one of the parallel lines. It's in between the two, and it's on the left side of the transversal. When I want to find a corresponding angle, I look at the same part. It's above the parallel line and on the left side, which would be this angle, angle 2. So, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. When I look at these, I can tell they are congruent. When I look at the next vocabulary word, alternate exterior angles. When I'm talking about alternate, that means that it is on either side of the transversal. So if I look at this angle, then this angle would be the alternate side, and they're exterior, meaning that they're on the outside. So again, if I look at angle 1 and angle 2, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So these are congruent. Okay, by the same token, I look at alternate interior angles. So now they're going to be in between the two parallel lines, and they're on opposite sides of the transversal, angle 1 and angle 2. And if I glance at these, angle 1 will be congruent to angle 2. So these also are congruent. All right, same side exterior. Exterior means that they're on the outside, and same side of the transversal. So I would look at angle 1 and angle 2. Both of these angles are outside. So they're exterior, but they're on the same side. Notice that angle 1 is not congruent to angle 2. It is not congruent to angle 2. If they're not congruent, then they are supplementary. So either the angles are congruent or they're supplementary. Kind of cool. Same side interior angles. So now I'm in between the two parallel lines, and they're on the same side of the transversal. Here would be angle 1 and angle 2, and just by glancing at them, I can tell that they are not congruent. Angle 1 is not congruent to angle 2, so they must be supplementary. Now, how do we use this information now that I have it? Well, let's take a look. If I can get to the next page. So we can write all of these as conditional statements. Corresponding angle conjecture. If a transversal passes through two parallel lines, then the corresponding angles are congruent. And of course it is the if-then statement. Alternate exterior angles. So alternate exterior angles are going to be congruent. Say alternate interior are congruent. Now when they're on the same side, this is where they're going to be supplementary. And again, supplementary. Okay, if the lines are not parallel, then none of this works. Okay, so we're going to use this information to find the angles. And it's just not using these conjectures, it's also using information that we know. For example, if this angle right here is 108 degrees, well, angle 1 is a vertical angle to that, so vertical angles are congruent. It is also 108 degrees, and this is by vertical angles, because vertical angles are congruent. So now I need to look at angle number 2. I know that this is 108 degrees. Angle 2, these two are linear pairs, so I know that this is going to be 72 degrees. So angle number 2, 72 degrees, and this is by a linear pair. Angle 3 is also 72 degrees, and this is because of vertical angles again. So we have all of these done, and these are in the inside, or on this particular parallel line cut by the transversal. Now we have to jump down, and this is where all of these other pieces come into play. So angle 3 and angle 5, they're above the parallel lines, and they're on the same side of the transversal. These two are corresponding angles because they're in the corresponding places. So angle 5 is 72 degrees, and these are corresponding angles. Angle 4 is also corresponding to angle 1. It is also a linear pair to angle 5. It is also a same side interior angle, which makes it supplementary to angle 2. Any of these will work. Angle 4 is 108 degrees. And I can choose any of the reasons why. I'm going to call it, we'll call them alternate interior angles. Because it's an alternate interior angle to this first angle right here, this 108. Angle 6 is congruent to angle 4. Can you guess why? Lots of reasons. Angle 6 and this angle are corresponding angles. Angle 6 and angle 4 are vertical angles. Angle 6 and angle 5 are supplementary angles. So angle 6 is 108 degrees, and I can choose any one of these. And I'll just say that they're also corresponding angles. All right, so gee, that's easy. Now, let me see if I can move this. Let's take a look. I think that's it. Is that it for the notes? Wow. So we will work on this in class, and you will be able to see what it is we're going to be doing with this information. So, have a good evening, everybody. Bye.